Well, our next guest has had an awfully busy year. You just heard him perform, and I think it was almost a year ago today that his life changed pretty significantly.
Absolutely. And Brock is joining us now to tell us about all his adventures and working on his new album. Brock, how are you?
How are you, Brock?
I'm great. How are you?
Was it about a year ago, the TV show, the YTV?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure exactly to this date a year ago it aired.
Wow, how much has your life changed in a year?
It has been crazy, like a roller coaster ride. So much has changed.
What prompted you to get involved in the first place? I mean, I've heard interviews with you where you talk about, your love of singing and everything, but making that decision to sort of sign up for, a reality show and a talent show like that, it's kind of a big step. Did you think about it, or were you just kind of like, let's give it a shot?
I was kind of exactly in that mindset, just, let's give it a shot, because I had never sang in front of people ever before.
Ever.
But you'd always been singing as a
I'd always
kid,
been
just
singing.
never in front of everyone.
Never in front of people.
Okay, we have some footage of the finale that we're looking at right now. Maybe you can tell us what this experience, there's your parents cheering you on, but what was it like for you singing in front of all these people at the finale of the show?
That experience was probably one of the best experiences of my life. It was so fun.
Was it scary?
It was a little bit scary, but all of those people cheering me on have now grown to be fans of mine and
everybody's
following
screaming
me.
for you and cheering for you.
It was crazy.
Well, and I think part of the great thing about an experience like this is you do have that time to almost sort of adjust to it, right? Like as you're going through and people are helping you and they're judging and critiquing and everything, but you're getting a lot of good feedback and the audience gets bigger and bigger and all that kind of stuff. So does it feel natural when you go through that, or does it feel like you're in the middle of a tornado when you're...
Yeah, it felt completely natural. They brought us at a good pace throughout the show, kind of throwing us into new different things, and it was probably a really great experience.
Okay, you're working on your album now.
Yes,
You
I
just finished doing your second video in Toronto. How is it working on your album and this whole thing becoming a reality?
What'd you do on your summer holiday? Well, I wrote an
Tell
album.
us what you've been doing and how it's going.
It's been going great. I've actually just got into writing songs. I'm working with Chronicle Music and Hip Joint Music, who have worked with Shiloh, Creisha Turner, and it's been amazing to be able to throw my own ideas in there, especially with the writing process. And it's going well. It's going really well.
Was finding your sound natural for you? I mean, you sang one of my favorite songs, Tear for Fears, Mad World, but was it natural for you to find your own sound?
Yeah, it was. I kind of have a lot of different elements of music that I like. I like so many different genres of music, and I throw them all kind of into each song that I try and put out. And yeah, it's been going really great.
Well, and was there ever any hesitancy? I mean, when you start that writing process, right? Because you're young and you haven't done a ton of writing before this. So is there ever that moment where you're like, maybe I should just sit here for a minute? Or I mean, I guess part of it for you, especially, is that comfort, right?
Yeah.
The people that you're working with want to hear what you want to do and are receptive to your writing as well.
For sure, it's completely intimidating. The first time I was in the studio, I was just,
do I speak up? Do I be quiet?
I was just kind of sitting back, I don't really know what I'm doing. But now I'm a lot more comfortable with the studio, and it's a really fun.
Now, what did you do with Sean Desmond? He's been on our show before. He's a fantastic guy. Everybody hears him on the radio all the time. But what did you guys do together?
We wrote the single for The Next Start, which was One More First Chance, and it was just playing with the finale footage. That was the song, and he helped me feel so comfortable in the studio. And now, I'm working on my own singles, and I've done Edge and Push the Walls, which are on iTunes, and I'm going forward with it, which feels really good.
Yeah, well, and when you work with a guy like that, you realize, first of all, how hard he works. Sort of all the time, and I think people think, musician, you're on your tour bus, you're kind of doing your thing, but the amount of work involved
it's a lot.
And you're a grassroots guy too. I mean, Facebook, Twitter, all this stuff is really important to you. And I guess that's just, keeping in touch with your fans.
Exactly.
As well.
I love keeping in touch with my fans. I actually, whenever someone sends me a message, I personally write them back. I mean, that might
Have you got my mail yet, Brock?
If you sent one, I would have seen it.
Pictures. So you're not making that awkward somehow. I'm just kidding.
Always, Michael.
But that counts, right? I think that's the beauty of the time that we live in now, is it's possible for people on both sides, first of all, the artists to have contact with their fans, but also the fans to have that personal contact with people whose music they love.
Exactly.
For sure. So go buy Brock's music. You can pick it up on iTunes. Thanks so much. We look forward for the album coming out.
Yeah,
Can't wait for that. You can go to Brock's website to find out all the information about what he's up to and where he'll be playing.
I also included a piece of art that I did.
We're going to take a break, and when we return, Adele Chen Chan is going to be here with a gigantic giveaway plus gift-giving ideas for weddings, because it is that time of year, people.
Be right back.
Thank you, Roger.